There was this hermit on a hilltop. He'd been sitting still for so long that anthills grew on him, in him, and around him. Trees had dropped their branches, and with every wisp of air, the vines tickled his nostrils. Vines crept mirthfully around him, entangling his thumb with his forefinger. The rain fell as on a pillar. The sun beat down its UVs. The winds blasted his hair off their sockets, and the cold froze his shoulders. Seasons passed. Ants crawled, bees buzzed, spiders spun, and he sat still, unmoving. He has attained nirvana, everyone said. No water entered those lips. No food touched that belly. He has attained nirvana, everyone said, staring at him in awe. They filed past him in reverence that he never saw. They brought him food that he never ate. They adorned his seat with flowers that he never smelt. They chanted his praise that he never heard. Years passed. He sat still. He has attained nirvana, everyone said. He is beyond hunger, thirst, and greed, they said. No sorrow, no joy, no emotion can move him, they said. He is in that ultimate state, they said, that for which one has to endure hunger and thirst for eons before they fade away. Forget family, forego love, shun hate, and ignore greed until one finds that inner peace. It takes a great deal of introspection, everyone said, scouring hundreds of religions, thousands of God, enduring the mirth of agnostics and philosophical thoughts. It takes grit, they said, and a burning desire to know the truth. He has attained nirvana, everyone said. It takes devotion and deep thinking. He is one that has gone beyond the need for food, for water, for love, for plain laughter. He has attained the state of nirvana, everyone said. He is now so still, so unmoved, so without desires and needs, much like the pebble at his foot. The pebble at his foot. The pebble at his foot had been lying there for years. No one said. They didn't file past it in reverence. They never brought it food. They never adored it with flowers. They never chanted its praise. Years passed. Vines grew on it. Ants crawled on it. Spiders spun on it. And Pebble lay still. It is beyond hunger, thirst, and greed. No one said. No sorrow, no joy, no emotion could move it. No one claimed. The pebble must have done penance for years. No one said. It is in the ultimate state, that for which you have to be a seeker for years, endure hunger and thirst for eons before you find that inner peace. No one said. The pebble is in a state of nirvana. No one said. The pebble and the hermit are in the same state. No one said.
Friends, this is Padmaja. A group of us artists during COVID felt that artists across the world were feeling very isolated, very alone, very cut off from their rasikas. So we started something called Artists for Peace. Soon the Ukraine war started, and we started trying to get the voices of Ukrainian artists out so that their work could be heard and seen and shared. from Artists for Peace, where Padmaja was involved and is still involved, grew a platform called Artsee. I'm going to ask Padmaja to talk to you about it. It's a fabulous idea created by artists for artists of all kinds across the world. Artists who are savvy, artists who are not savvy, artists who are young, unknown, to be able to share their work across the world. Padmaja.
Thank you so much, Mallika. It has been a pleasure to work with you all these years. I don't even want to call it work. As she said, Artsee was born out of Artists for Peace because there's a need today in the world for a platform that is exclusively for artists. Not Instagram, not Facebook, but for artists alone. And I want to tell you another story. One day, I got a call from Joel Thome, who is our great friend, Mrinalini Amma's great friend. He's a Grammy Award-winning composer and conductor based in New York. He called me, and during the talk, he said, I was just, going through Artsee community website, and I found this painter. She is so good. The colors are so vibrant, and she's so versatile. Who is this Deepa Sampath? And then a few days later, or a few weeks later, I met Hannah Tierney in Brooklyn. She runs a 5 Miles gallery. And Hannah said, I was just leaving, and she said, wait a minute, I wanted to ask you something. I found these series of paintings on Artsee. They are so mesmerizing, so beautiful. And her name, and she said, Deepa Sampath. She is not in Brooklyn, not in New York, not within 1,000 miles of New York. She is in Pondicherry, who had put her portfolio on Artsee. And because on Artsee community, we have what's called a random feed, which brings up works of artists all the time. People love to go look at the random feed on our site to see the art, to watch the videos. We have all genre. And Deepa Sampath had popped up, and two people independent of each other in New York had found Deepa Sampath, who is an unknown but extremely talented painter. How could she have access to Hannah Tierney's 5 Miles gallery in New York, right? This day and age, it's who you know, not what you do. There's so many artists who are so talented. They will never, I'm sorry to say, they will never be known, and it moved me. We want to bring Grammy Award-winning Joel Thome. We want to bring Hannah Tierney, Mallika Sarabhai, to be patrons and inspirers of artists everywhere around the world. Because we can. We have that connectivity on Artsee. So artseecommunity.com is a free site. And it is for artists like you, every one of you. You have to level the playing field somehow. And today, this day and age, digitally, we can level the playing field. And I'm sure there are artists here. Everyone is an artist. Exactly. Raise your hand, everybody, artists, right? You, whatever it is your art, tattoo artist, graffiti artist, 10 years old? Are you 10? How old are you? 12
and he's an actor.
Yes, 12 years old. We do not discriminate based on age. 12 years old, 80 years old, 15. My mom is 87. She's making dolls the last 2 years. Anybody, everybody needs a non-judgmental platform where you can be discovered. What I'm trying to say is you should be on Artsee because you need to be seen by the world. I'm on Instagram, right? You're on Instagram, which is great. Today, the more platforms you're on, the better it is for you, right? But the problem with Instagram and Facebook is algorithms, right? They push you down. Yes, your followers and friends can see you. Yes, the public can see you. The more followers you have, it's going to put you out there. And of course, you can always pay to boost your post. Yeah, you could go to artseecommunity.com. Go on your phones, please. Oh, by the way, while you're not doing this, my hermit here, he's the one who designed the site because we wanted to create it so elegantly, so it had to be so easy, so minimalistic, so easy to make your art portfolio. It's a very, very easy to use platform where you add images, YouTube, If you're a musician, you can embed your SoundCloud or what is the other one? Bandcamp. You could do that. You could create a gallery of images if you're a visual artist. Once you have your portfolio, it is going to be pulled up randomly in the tab called Artists. So we have some cards we're going to pass on. I know this is a lot of information for you. Artsee is a big community. It's growing every day. The features are growing every day. Anyway, so Gautam, do you have any? He's a tech person here. You have anything to say?
We can, if anyone wants to try out just getting on the platform, signing up and checking it out, and we're here to help. I know that was a lot of information, so we'd love to help you out. If anyone has any questions, just,
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mallika, for this opportunity. Again, it is surreal. You have 5 more minutes. So using Artsee, we also did this really, really amazing project where we connected one school in Minneapolis, St. Paul's High School in Minneapolis, Brian Knox. We connected him to 5 schools in Samirwadi and Sakarwadi because I'm connected to Godavari. And 2 of them are Kannada media. And one is Marathi. They don't even speak English. I was a Hindi interpreter. My Kendriya Vidyalaya came very handy at that time. So the kids in India, see, they're not doing music, tech, and composition. High school kids in Minneapolis are doing music, tech, and composition. So we brought them all on a video call, and the kids in India sent them what they sang, sounds like auto horns, and then some chanting, whatever sounds that they found very interesting music. They put it on our Artsee group, and the kids in Minneapolis did the same. And then the kids who were doing composition, they brought this all together, and the kids in Sakarwadi, imagine that. It was beautiful, and this platform makes collaborations happen. So, thank you so much, Mallika.
Thank you. I just thought that the idea of a community of artists across the world is really the way we should go forward. Vada bau banavya. I think the time is to change, and this is such a fantastic opportunity to actually be able to share your work and share the work of other people so that you get to see other work as well, and you get to communicate with. Most of us have friends in America, but who has friends in Brazil or Costa Rica or Maldives and we are so west-sighted, and yet perhaps an Indonesian painter has probably more to share with us than somebody else, because there are shared roots, but we never get those connections, and I think Artsee is a platform where you do get those connections. Thank you all for coming.